Coming up tonight, the Fall Classic shifts from the West Coast to the East Coast for Game 3, with the Dodgers entering that one unbeaten. New York hoping the return to Yankee Stadium will give their team a boost in this series, particularly at the plate for Aaron Judge. The Super Slugger just 1-9 with 6 strikeouts in those first 2 games in L.A. Will it be the Bronx Bombers bouncing back, or will the Dodgers grab their first 3-0 World Series lead since 1963? Let's get a vibe check from the stadium as we are now joined by our baseball analyst, Jim Bowden. Jim, the Dodgers got to be feeling good going into this one. 2-0 series lead. However, the big storyline in this one comes from their star. Shohei Ohtani suffered that partially dislocated shoulder while stealing second there in the 7th. What's the latest you're hearing with Shohei and his expectations to play tonight?
Yeah, last night after the workout, all indications were that Shohei Ohtani would be in the lineup today. However, I have texts out to both Andrew Friedman and Dave Roberts. I have not heard back yet. They have not posted their lineup yet. We're waiting for it. As soon as we get it, obviously we'll communicate here on CBS Sports HQ. So we don't know for sure if he's in or not, but all indications after last night is that he would be able to play today, or at least DH.
Very, very good news there. As you mentioned, we will monitor as we get more information to see if Shohei will be on the field. We do know that Yankee star Aaron Judge will be on the field, Jim, but obviously has not been the Aaron Judge we are used to seeing. It seems like he's chasing balls there at the plate, not hitting very well. What have you seen to be the reason for those struggles for Aaron Judge in the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think the biggest difference between him right now is him chasing balls out of the strike zone, right? In the regular season, he had an 18% chase rate. What we're seeing in the postseason is 28%. So he's going to have to get back to making sure the ball is in the strike zone. I think right now his mental space is in the right spot. I think he's trying to do too much. He's going to have to relax, and he's going to have to be the same guy he was in the regular season, which, oh, by the way, was the very best hitter in Major League Baseball that will eventually get in the AL MVP award. I talked to Aaron Boone a few minutes ago. I asked him if he was going to change the lineup, maybe move him back or move him up in the lineup. He said no, he's going to put him in the exact same spot. The only changes, Aaron Boone said, Haley, that he's making the lineup. Jose Trevino is going to catch instead of Austin Wells. He liked his last at bat there in the 9th inning, even though he flew out to center field. Now, that may hurt them trying to shut down the running game. He doesn't have as good an arm as Wells, but they love the way he frames. The other change, Oswaldo Cabrera will be in left field. He'll replace Alex Verdugo, who struggled in Game 2.
Lots of changes there. When it comes to Aaron Judge, after that Game 2, he said basically what you said. He said, plain and simple, I've got to start swinging at strikes. So hopefully they'll get something going there from Aaron Judge. When you look at the pitching matchup here, the Dodgers are going to send Walker Buehler to the bump. Kind of a two-part story when it comes to Buehler, Jim. On one side, when you look at the 2024 postseason numbers, they don't necessarily jump out as good. He's got an 0-run record, a 6 ERA, and 2 postseason starts. But, Jim, we have seen him perform well in the World Series before. So what's the key to him getting off to a good start tonight?
You know, Haley, it's been interesting because he had a really hard time coming back from Tommy John surgery, right? He took longer than most pitchers do. And when we saw him last a few years ago, he was a power pitcher, right? Going right at you. Well, he's had to make some adjustments after the Tommy John. He's had to pitch a little bit more. But his last start was brilliant. That was that start against the Mets in Game 3 of the NLCS on the 16th of October. He went 4 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks. And he really pitched in that game. And what you can expect from him is exactly what he did against the Mets, right? Go hard, go soft, go hard, go soft. So he's going to sit there against left-hand hitters. He's going to throw the 4-seamer, followed by the knuckle curve, which comes out of the same spot and just drops. And against the right-hand hitters, he's going to throw that 2-seamer with that sweeper that has just been absolutely dominant for him. So, look, he's really learned how to pitch. Now, he's never faced the New York Yankees in his career. He's never pitched at Yankee Stadium. He said yesterday that he loves the pitch in cold weather, and he's excited about this start. Now, the one thing I would mention in his start against the Mets, he did get a little help from the umpire on the glove side. Good framing behind the plate as well, but he got a little help there. And the Mets chased a lot on that sweeper out of the zone. Yankee hitters are a little bit more disciplined than the Mets hitters, so I don't expect them to chase on the sweeper as much, but that's something to watch for in Game 3 tonight.
Yeah, Dave Roberts very confident in Walker Buehler, excited to get him in this one, says it also makes him available potentially for Game 7 if we get there. On the other side, Jim, you got Clarke Schmidt making just his third career postseason start. And unfortunately, he's got the task of trying to prevent an 0-3 deficit here. How can he get some strong pitching on display to keep the Bronx Bombers in the World Series?
Clarke Schmidt's one of the most underrated pitchers in this entire World Series, and a lot of people don't know, but he finished top 6 of all starting pitchers with an ERA plus of 145, which means he was 45% better than the average starter. Now, interesting note, his dad is a pilot, and he flew the plane for the Yankees back from Los Angeles yesterday. By the way, the landing wasn't very good, I heard, so hopefully he'll pitch better than his dad's landing was. But look, I mean, this kid is really good. He'll come at you with that cutter that he throws 35% of the time. The sweeper is a dominant pitch for him this year, and he really varies the shapes and the sizes of it, as well as the arm angle on it. The opponents hit 210 against it. His curveball has been unbelievable. Opponents hit 143 against it this year. He'll throw the sinker 21% of the time. He loves to live up in the strike zone, especially against left-handed hitters, and it's unique that a lot of times his sinker's up in the zone and not down in the zone like you would expect. One of the things that separates him, Haley, is his spin rate is in the top 10 on all his pitches among major league pitchers. So that's pretty special to look for Clarke Schmidt tonight. I
love that story about his dad being a pilot. What a special connection they have that not a lot of players or even people have. That's fun there. We got Game 3 getting underway tonight at 8:08. Jim, you know we like to put you on the spot here. Are we looking at a save series by the Yankees, or will it be the Dodgers taking another step forward towards a sweep in this Game 3? What do you think?
I mean, this is what I think, right? We watched Game 1. The Yankees were up 3-2 in the 10th inning and lost, right? We got to Game 2, and the Yankees were a bloop single away from tying that game up. This series is going to be more even than people think. These are the two best teams in Major League Baseball with the two best records. I have a hard time believing at some point Aaron Judge isn't going to be Aaron Judge and start hitting. I have a hard time believing that this series isn't going to go 6 or 7 like we all thought when the season started. To do that, the Yankees have to win this game, right? This is a must-win. You lose this down 3-0, they're not going back to Los Angeles. So I've got the Yankees winning this game and making it 2-1.
Come on, we waited this moment to get the two best teams in baseball playing. We got to get more than 4 games in this series. He's our Jim Bowden joining us from the chilly New York. Jim, stay warm for that Game 3 tonight at Yankee Stadium. 12th meeting between these two in the World Series, the most common matchup in sports other than Lakers-Celtics. And here's what the next 2 games are looking like in the Fall Classic. You got Game 3, 8:08 Eastern tonight, and then Game 4 coming Tuesday. Both of those games from New York. If the Yankees can somehow get a win in one of these 2 games, which we are expecting with all the bats that they have on that roster, the series, of course, would shift back to L.A. We have all eyes on Game 3 tonight, 8:08 Eastern in New York.